Alright guys, this week is a very interesting map for Trials. We have the Frontier map. With me I have Fallout Plays to discuss the map. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
So first off, I was really fearful of it because it's a fairly open map. I thought it was going to be turning into like really sweaty sniper matches for the most part, but I thought this was one of the more well-rounded maps that we've gotten to play.
I agree. Yeah, Frontier was really interesting. I was kind of worried going into it, but, so far, it actually turned out to be one of my favorite Trials maps. I think that it's really easy to learn, and you can use a lot of really good strategies on it. It doesn't just restrict itself to one strategy. I mean, there's a couple things you can do that probably would put you at an advantage, strategy-wise, but it's not like there are things that you can't do on that map. Like if you're playing Trials on Anomaly, or something like that.
Yeah. Did you think one side had one advantage over the other? Because I couldn't really think of any one side that was stronger than the other. It was a fairly balanced map.
I think my teammates came to the conclusion that A was better, but by such a tiny amount. I mean, it only really made a difference in the first couple moments of each map, where, the game starts, both teams run out of the middle tunnel, and then occasionally they would try to have a snipe war, like right there, right across the map from the entrance of each building. And in those situations, I think that A spawn was a tiny bit better. But once you get past that, I thought it was pretty even.
Once you're past like the first 20 seconds of the round, once special ammo is kind of spawned and everyone kind of filters around the map a little bit more, yeah, I can definitely see that. This is one of the rules that you definitely need to pay attention to on this map. In all game modes, at the start of the map, or start of the round, don't go straight down the center and then whip out your sniper rifle thinking, yeah, I'm totally going to out-snipe the other guys that are going to definitely be at the other end of that middle bridge. It's just a coin flip. And in this game mode, 50-50 chance it's still not one that I want to take.
Good point.
We both said that we were fearful that this was going to be like a sniper-heavy map.
Sure. What
loadouts did you end up using on this one?
I ended up using my trusty 1,000-yard stare, as I'm sure about 90% of the community probably did as well.
But I saw a lot of sniper usage, more so on this map than any other one that I've seen.
Like I said earlier, though, I mean, just because it's sniper-friendly, it has, really open space. There's a lot of room for snipers to have a lot of fun. But just the size and the flow of the map. I did play against a couple of teams that were pretty aggressive. I saw a couple shotgunners, a good number of people using the last word.
Last word in general is very strong right now.
That gun is just so good at pushing people right now. If you're a team that loves to push, go for the last word.
The combo right now for pretty much any player is last word sniper. That's what you want to pretty much be using because you got long range to probably medium range covered with sniper, and then everything else can be done with last word. It's very difficult to counter it.
It is very difficult to counter.
I ended up rolling. I think on my hunter I'll always use I never really change the loadout on my hunter, but on my other characters I usually get kind of creative on there. I ended up using first curse and sniper. I tried first curse sidearm at one point.
Sidearm? How did that work out?
Sidearm with first curse actually works on the map because first curse has a really nasty range associated with it. It's basically a scout rifle. Then sidearm, because usually if you're in the close range, you don't have time to clutch your first curse shot, so you switch to sidearm and just get them down.
First curse hits pretty hard.
So you can usually get one shot off with first curse, have a sidearm to swap to really quickly, and then just finish someone off.
Do you know what I also saw a lot of?
What?
Mida multi-tool.
Yes. Mida is very strong on this map. Pretty much every engagement is perfect Mida length.
It's great. I mean, because you have the distance of the scout rifle, it gives you the extra mobility, and if you're playing with teammates who kind of like to play really aggressively, you can just kind of strafe and just support, and then while your teammates are pushing in with shotgun or whatever, you're keeping them at bay with those quick Mida tap, tap, tap. You know what I mean? Just keep them pinned down, and you can push in really quickly and get the job done.
Heavy round on this one is...
This was tricky.
Yeah, this was a tricky one. You can get to it really quick.
You have some maps and trials where it's like, okay, we spawn here, they spawn there. They're going to get that heavy guaranteed, and we're going to get this heavy guaranteed.
This is ours, that's yours. We're going to go to that every round, or we're going to rush you. This one, it's a 50-50 coin toss yet again.
Yeah. Frontier ain't having none of that. Yeah. It's kind of like, which one do you want to go to?
I don't know. Which one do you think they'll go to? Because you can get to both of them from the same time from right where you spawn.
Yeah. I think my team ended up rushing cliff heavy more than river heavy.
Yeah, I can see that. The cliff heavy it's a little bit more open. So I think what we ended up doing is our team, we don't like to play with heavy for the most part. And I'm sure there's probably a convenient clip rolling right now with me using heavy weapons. But yeah, we don't really like to play with heavy. So on this map, it lends itself very well to just kind of trying to kill them as they get the heavy. On cliffside, it's really, really exposed, just sitting in the air. So sniper cover, MIDA multi-tool scout rifles, you can take them out from range pretty easily. Throw a grenade, take them out, you're good. The other one is it's kind of like situated in between a little channel, so it's a little bit more covered. So if you want the safe bet and you think they're not going to rush that one, I'd probably go with that one if you want to guarantee cover for getting the heavy. Did you have any rounds actually go to the end?
No, I didn't. I was really hoping that I would, because sometimes I like when games get really, really sweaty like that. But no, it never happened.
Yeah, we had a couple go to round. And the spawn point the capture point's kind of over by that
by cliffside heavy.
Cliffside heavy. It's around that area. It's that's another interesting spawn point for it because it's very open yet again. This map really did remind me of like just World War I. You have two sides of the map, and there's kind of trenches. That's like your trenches, and
exactly.
If we see the enemy on the other side, we should shoot at them. But we're not going to go into that no man's land.
Exactly. That's what we're saying here. I will say one thing though. On Frontier in Trials, if you manage to kill an enemy on the other team, you need to push right away.
Yes.
So even though it starts off in that World War I trench warfare style, where both sides are kind of like, ooh, let's take pop shots at each other. Once one team loses an opponent, the movement starts happening really, really quick. Because it's such an easy map to move on and push on, and it's just...
You can pretty much take a straight shot from any point on the map to another point on the map in terms of movement. So So once someone's down, you have about 4 seconds before they can be res. You can be on them in that time period and killing anyone that's trying to get that res. So dying isn't too good on this map because it can put your team at a very serious disadvantage, a little bit more so than any of the other maps that I've seen.
Yes, I would say that not dying is it's
a key component to Trials of Osiris.
Key, very key.
Very key. You want to not do that. What about just general strategies for this map? We talked a lot about snipers and camping. Right. Well, but we also talked about how the map, after the 20-second mark, there's going to be a lot of movement opportunities in this map.
Yes.
How would you suggest people move about the map eventually when they get to that point?
I would say that pick a side with your team, whichever side you feel is the best that you've had more success with. And when you feel like you want to move across the map, do it together as a team. I mean, there are some situations where it's worthwhile to kind of split up and push in on the enemy from both directions, but I feel that for the most part, if you're going to move across the map, you want to do it together. So in case things go bad, you have the opportunity to cover each other and revive one another without it being completely hopeless.
Our team, we usually split up. I think for the majority of our first card, I was going like... I would just go left side. No matter which side we spawned on, I would just go left side. And just see where the game went from there. Just the call-outs on this map are very important too. Because if you notice that there's like 2 people right in the middle, just say, okay, grenade, toss grenade middle their side, and then you're going to start getting some hits with that. And you can move in after that too. This is one of those maps where if you get an advantage on someone, whether it be a kill or an early grenade hit on someone, you need to take advantage of it. You need to push for it.
Oh, yeah. Remember that you can actually get up on top of the bridge.
Yes.
Like physically on top of the bridge. Now, you will die if you stay up there for more than 5 seconds, but there were a couple times, especially during heavy round, when I got the heavy up by the cliffside heavy, grab the heavy, quickly hop over, get on top of the bridge, and then it's basically a shooting gallery. And I mean, it doesn't only come into play in the heavy round, but you know,
there were a couple rounds where I would jump up on top of there really quick, and then see people. It's like, okay, we have say we're on truck side, A side that we spawn. I'd jump up on top of there real quick. I'd see maybe one person by their right side special in that doorway. I'd see two more in the middle area. So that then we have perfect information. So that jumping up on top of there is great for just those quick moments of gaining information. And then I wouldn't stay up there. Just don't stay up there. If the only thing you should do up there is like if you have a rocket launcher or a grenade ready. Just then you can do some orbital stuff.
Definitely.
And tossing down some hell. But aside from
don't
that,
go up there every time, but don't forget about it.
I saw a few people die from standing up there. Actually, someone tried to. I used it against someone, and then that person started. It was like, oh, I can get up there. And
it's got to be a terrible revive situation.
Oh no, they did not get that revive.
Yeah, so be careful, because if you die up there, you're kind of screwed. But remember that it can give you a really big advantage. You can see the entire map, you can get some quick shots up from up there, and then just quickly roll off, and you're done. If
your normal loadout for you isn't working, try something new on this one. This is one of the best maps to probably experiment with your loadout on, because a lot of stuff worked.
Oh yeah. If you're not that much of a sniper, even though this map is definitely a sniper's best friend, feel free to try and use Mida or a shotgun. Try to go close range. Try to push with your teammates, because even though it's a big map, you can get it done.
You can get it done on this one. If you're more of a close range player, I'd recommend kind of waiting out those first few moments of the map so the people aren't hard scoped in on the obvious places. Use that middle of the map to your advantage. The channels in there are pretty good cover. You can worm your way into the up to kind of the enemy's front door, and then start wreaking hell. While hope maybe someone else on your team is better with a longer range weapon. They can give you a little bit of support fire.
Yep. And then when you get that opening, you get one kill, you just move in. Always.
All right. Well, best of luck, guys.
You can do it. Believe in yourself.
God, cheesiest outro ever.